Hello, everybody, and welcome to Some Geek Talks About. I'm your host, Henry Stevens. Everybody, how do you do? And today's a video which I imagine many of us in the Bond community will be dishing out and posting out, but it is obviously the tragic news today that we found out that Sir Sean Connery has died age 90, a ripe old age of 90, at his home in the Bahamas, and as far it was nice and peaceful. And first off, like so many of us, maybe say our thoughts are with his family, and thoughts with them. And if they need anything from us, please let us know. When I think, do you know what? I obviously, like many other Bond YouTubers, I had to come on and discuss Sir Sean Connery. I can't remember a time. I really can't. When I hadn't watched a film, or the actor Sean Connery, I did not know about. Obviously, for those who don't know, I discovered Bond at the age of 4 with GoldenEye, but just nearly as soon as after I, watched GoldenEye, I then watched Goldfinger. So that was really really close. I'm connected though, so I've known Sean Connery since the age of 4 on the screen. Obviously not personally. I would have loved to have met him personally, but he was such an incredible actor. I mean, it was so incredible. Every time he just elevated, no matter what he was doing, he just elevated it to that whole new level. It was utterly incredible. And I know as a Bond channel, yes, we'll want to chat about him as James Bond here, but it would be such remiss if I didn't discuss some of his work outside of the Bond franchise, because, as I say, he was not only James Bond to me, he was, Indiana Jones's father. He was in The Hunt for Red October, Entrapment, The Untouchables, First Night, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Sir Billy, The Offence, The Great Train Robbery, and I can go on and on and on. If he was in a film, I would just seek it out so I could watch it with him, because I just loved watching him so much. He always gave. I've never seen a Sean Connery performance so he didn't give 100%. People might be saying, like in his later Bond films, that he didn't say, but he was still giving it his effort, and that was the sort of, I think, man he was. He was a very smart, intelligent man. I could see from interviews with him in the past, and he was a real role model. He really was, and I think he was a great influence. Certainly for people from Scotland, like an artistic herald, someone to live up to aspire to be. And that is such a great thing. If you can inspire someone in this world like Sir Sean Connery did, then that is one of the greatest things I think you could ever do. But it just I just what every film he's in, I just can't help but love. He has just that twinkle he has. It was just so great. And obviously, at the time of recording this, I've only done my first Bond review, Dr. No, so I'm still going through his films. And it's obviously just rewatching From Russia with Love again, which I have done before. I'm going to do my From Russia with Love interview. I'm going to miss him so terribly. It feels weird, right? It really does feel weird right now, knowing that he is not of the mortal earth anymore, which is just so weird. I really just find it so weird. Obviously, we knew it was going to happen, but again, my thoughts and feelings are with his family and friends at this horrible time. But I've talked about something. Let's talk about his dream. I mean, without him, there would be no Bond franchise. He was one of the key elements. It was Albert R. Broccoli, Harry Saltzman, and Sir Sean Connery. It was all of them together that created this, the trio that created the thing. Yes, Terence Young helped shape and mould the Bond character, but it was Daniel Craig's stirring performance that started. We wouldn't be waiting for No Time to Die right now if it wasn't for Sir Sean Connery. And it's just wonderful to see him in films. You just want to love him. You want to be there with him. He just seems, from what I gather behind the scenes, even I've seen and stuff, he seems such an incredible person, such an amazing man to be around, a very intellectual man, and I wish I could have met him. He would have been I think it just would have been absolutely incredible to meet him, but alas. So you know what? Some people I know think once an actor or an actress has died, they just can't get themselves to watch the films they were in anymore. I strongly disagree on that. So Sean Connery will never die in my heart. I'll always watch him as Bond or as films he's done in the past. And just let his memory live on and let the greatness that he was live on, because he was such an icon of cinema. You know, throughout his whole life, he was an icon of cinema. I mean, I still love the story that he could have actually been Gandalf the Grey, but he chose not to do it. Fair enough. But wouldn't that have been funny? Just or incredible actually is the word, seeing Gandalf the Grey played by Sir Sean Connery. It would have been terrific. But you know what? I'll just end it by saying this. Again, my condolences to his family and friends in this hard time. Thank you, Sir Sean, for everything. You were an icon. You were a legend. And thank you for starting the Bond franchise, which I loved so dearly. And just everybody, this has been Some Geek Talks About. Just very briefly talking about how great Sir Sean Connery was, and I will miss him terribly. Everybody, goodbye.